Hello everyone, how are you doing? So I wanted to go live from my house, so I'm not holding the live video because I am not doing an event or anything. I wanted to talk really seriously to you all and just share some information about some things that have been happening. So I'm sure you have all noticed around the world that we've been quarantined or we're staying home or whatever you want to call it. Everybody is distancing themselves. The most pressing need here is that the schools have closed down, which means that we are in a situation now where we have to make sure that we are not only teaching our children, but making sure that the education process is still continuing. And so this recent COVID-19 situation has really brought a spotlight on how our educational system really has to shift to understanding that the world is now in the fourth industrial revolution. No more are we teaching, or should we be teaching, like the way we used to teach years and years ago in a classroom with a teacher, and that's pretty much who the educator was. You know, the teacher is there to be as a guide, to be the support system. And so my conversation with you today is mostly, Zakai, do you want to be in the video? Have my little guy Zakai here with me. Do you want to talk with my friends? You want to come talk to my friends? So we're talking about education. So the reason I wanted to bring you all live with me is because I've had some pretty crazy things that have happened. So y'all know I have my company that I started called Texas Techies Organization, and you can look it up online. It's texastechies.org. And when you do a Google search, if you did, like, let's say Corpus Christi, technology, laptops or whatever, we're probably going to come up because it was a pretty big business when I was doing it. And so this situation that has happened, there was a week where I got a couple of calls, and then it started getting to where at least one a day I was getting a call from somebody who needed a laptop, or they needed something, they needed something that was going to help their children learn. So it got me thinking about our situation here in our house with my husband. So for example, I have 3 children, and we have the resources to be able to have actually, my boys won Chromebooks during the CCISD multimedia fair. So this was Zakai. Do you want to come in the video? Come in the video so my friends can see you. No? Okay, then you're being a little bit distracting. Okay. Zakai wanted to be in the video today, but he doesn't want to be in the video. You want to come with mommy? No? Okay, you're fine. So the reason why I want to share this with you is because there's been too many people contacting me, and they're at a loss because there's teachers streaming their classes and the kids have no access. In the past, I used to have when people would ask me about technology and where can they get access to technology, it used to be about going to the library or going to the rec centers or whatever it was. And so now you can't really go to the library because of the social distancing. And so how are people in the communities, I guess in even homes, right, who don't have access to the technology, how are they teaching their children? And even more important than that, even though, you know, I want to talk about CCISD. So CCISD uses a system called Canvas to put all their lesson plans. And are you going to go outside? You can go. Say bye. I want everybody to see you and say bye. Say bye. Where are you going? So I've been trying to record this video for 20 minutes, and he insisted on helping me, and then now he didn't even want to be in it. Anyway, that's what you get from a 3-year-old. Long story short, so just think about all the people who don't have access to log on to the CCISD resources and be able to download the lesson plans for their kids and share it with them. There's this huge need that's going on for technology. But this need already existed. I think now there's just a spotlight on it. This was something that was already a need. In fact, when I started powerup.org, it was because when I was doing Texas Techies, it became so clear to me that the kids who had access to the technology, they were thriving. They had access to be able to go home and find out more resources and get access to the lessons. And so I decided that I was going to start this nonprofit, and my mission was, I guess, you know, no child left behind. My mission was that your community can be stronger if you integrate technology into the classroom. So today I want to share with you a call to action. I've been receiving a lot of calls, and I've emailed a lot of the people who've invested in Power Up in the past, and it's been truly amazing. In fact, I had a call with an organization which I will not mention yesterday, and I've already gotten a commitment where Best Buy is going to support, Verizon's going to support, and I mean, I can go on and on. But right now, I want to share this with you because you're part of the solution. So first of all, I want you to join this movement. I want you to know what's going on, because when we start to find out where the need is, I mean, I can't imagine where the need is. You may be in your house and you need access to the devices, or you need internet access, right? So you have to imagine technology is no longer a luxury. If you don't have access to the internet and you don't have a computer, you pretty much cannot be a successful person in the community, or even a productive person in our community. You're not helping, right? And you probably wouldn't even be able, like, let's say if you lost your job, you wouldn't be able to find another job. So it's important to make sure that everybody has equal access. So you may know who we may need to give devices to. You may know schools that need more devices given to them. So what we're looking for is we have a form on our website. So our website is powerup.org, and you can go and fill it out. And if you have an ask, put it in there. And as we're trying to figure out the supply and demand, we're going to be looking through that list and seeing who has the most need. The next thing is partnerships. So I've actually been on a few phone calls today. So today's Saturday, but guess what? People who work are still working, right? So this mission of mine, I always laugh and I say, by day I'm a city champion and I'm rocking it for the city of Corpus Christi as a government employee. And by night and weekend, I am rocking this bridging the digital divide mission of mine. This is truly what I believe to be my legacy of helping communities become stronger by understanding that technology integration is really the solution, and there is such a thing as technology poverty. So we want to partner with you because, Power Up actually stands for providing opportunities where everyone rises up. We help power you up. So I want you to partner with me as an individual. I need you to sign up and just become a member and just start sharing, I don't know everything. And a lot of the times it's people who send me information and they're like, did you know that this organization has tablets, or they're doing such and such, or there's this software, or whatever it is. Just go ahead and join so that you can help support. Now, the most exciting part for me is the donation of devices. So it would be great, right? If you have devices laying around and you in your home you have laptops and you can just give them away. Yeah, that would be great. But that would be so difficult to manage, and we've already kind of gone through that, and we've thought about, okay, the security and the safety of getting people's devices and I guess refurbishing them and wiping them, and what does that look like legally, right? So we need a really good pro bono lawyer to help us with that. But before we even go there, I'm reaching out to, I guess, corporations, maybe even government entities who may have laptops or tablets that maybe have been decommissioned, or they need to be refurbished, or whatever it is. Because one of the people that I was speaking with has said that we can get you the support you need, but can you give the supply? Do you have the supply of the equipment? So let's just imagine we figured it out where it'll cost about $150 to fund device and Wi-Fi access. So we have access to Wi-Fi already done, and we have access to buy devices at a very low cost. And even then, we're not being able to see how we can meet the entire need as quickly as we need. And so we have another organization that has agreed to bring their team and to volunteer to help, whether it's installing software or helping to support in terms of the distribution of the equipment. I think it's important to make sure we get a mass amount at once versus getting, just individual devices. So on our website, at powerup.org, we have an opportunity for you to be able to donate your devices. But again, what we're really looking for is if you know anybody who may have access for us to be able to either buy or have the equipment donated. And I guess last but not least, for me, this is just about you understanding that if you're at your home right now and maybe you have access to the internet and you have a laptop, and yes, maybe you're watching from your phone, that is a luxury. There are people who this situation that has happened with COVID-19 has really been detrimental to them. And when we talk about the educational gap, when we talk about the gap increasing, this is not helping, right? So we're talking 3 months of maybe kids not participating in education. And as much as we would like to be as parents, right? I mean, I just have to say our teachers are champions. As much as we would like to be helping our children learn, I have a full-time job. So during the day, I'm working, you know, it's really difficult for me to be that teacher for them. But I am so grateful that our school districts are doing Zoom meetings. So just like the kids would be in the classroom, they can just log on to a Zoom link and that teacher is teaching. In fact, the PE coaches, or the PE coach for one of my son's schools, sent a PE schedule, and he's over here doing push-ups and all these like mountain climbers and all this, and I'm like, what are you doing? It's like, this is from the PE coach. And I'm like, yes, this is what we're looking for. But guess what, y'all? My kids have access to be able to plug in and to be able to have access to that. And when you log on to those Zoom meetings that the teachers are having, there's probably 5 kids on there. There's not 5 kids in that classroom. So why aren't those other kids logged in? Where are they? What are they doing? Are they learning? Is the gap of knowledge going to be wider? So I want you to join me. You know, you may have answers to the questions that we have. You may be part of the solution. Again, just to remind you that PowerUp.org is a nonprofit organization. Any contribution that you give to us is tax deductible, but the most important thing here for you to understand is 100% of whatever anybody donates to PowerUp always goes to the cause. And so it's never a situation where there's some CEO being paid or some administrators being paid. That's not how we operate. In fact, our number one goal is to have volunteers. And right now in our database, we have over 100 volunteers all over the world in just different countries. And so I'm challenging you to be part of the solution, to be part of the team that is going to help us not only see COVID-19 as an opportunity to thrive, but to see how your community, wherever you are, can be stronger because you're integrating technology into your communities and making sure that we eliminate technology poverty, okay? I want you to start talking that language. Eliminate technology poverty. Everybody needs to have access. It's no longer a luxury, no more, you know, and it's way before this happened with COVID-19. Now it's just the spotlight is really bright on this need that we have in our communities. And I can go on and on about how your community is actually as strong as your weakest links. And when you think about a strong workforce, when you think about having a strong educational system, if not all the kids have access to technology, then guess what? The teachers have to adjust and they have to meet the needs. And so they're probably going to adjust to the capabilities of the kids in the classroom. And if not all the kids in the classroom have access to technology when they go home, you know, there is even such a thing as homework poverty, right? So when you give assignments and you say, log on to that website and do such and such, well, maybe that kid, when they go home, they don't even have, you know, I guess you could say they don't have a support system around them to help them be able to support themselves or to support their education the way, as a teacher, you would love that to happen outside of the classroom. So our job here at Power Up is to make sure that we are bridging the divide, the digital divide, but more important than that, partnering with other organizations who can help us to bridge what we call technology poverty, bridge the digital divide so that we can be stronger as a community. Okay, so with that, I'm going to sign off. And again, I challenge you to be part of the movement. I challenge you to power up, and I challenge you to think about how you can be part of the solution to make our community stronger. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.